With government calls for the Premier League to support EFL clubs up and down the country as COVID-19 continues to hit sides on and off the pitch hard, a proposal has been put forward that includes some of the biggest changes to football in decades. The controversial proposal known as Project Big Picture has been in the works for over 3 years after it was originally drawn up by Liverpool's owners Fenway Sports Group and backed by Manchester United, who want it to begin in the 2022-23 season. After being sped up because of coronavirus, the document includes a number of major changes to the voting structure of the Premier League, as well as funding models for the English Football League and Football Association. However, with such major changes, there's obviously been huge pushback from many corners of English football. So today we're going to look at exactly what are the changes, what are the arguments for, and what are the arguments against. So what exactly are the key changes that Project Big Picture is proposing? Well, let's start with the financing. Firstly, the Premier League would immediately look to help compensate the EFL for lost matchday revenue, with a £250 million bailout that would be deducted from future TV revenue and a loan taken out by the Premier League. There would also be a £100 million gift to the FA to cover its COVID losses, support the non-league game, the women's game and grassroots football. As well as that £350 million outlay, 8.5% of annual net Premier League revenue would go to the operating costs and good causes, including the FA, and a further 25% of revenue would go directly to EFL clubs in the future. Also included in the proposal is the capping of away ticket prices at £20, away travel being subsidised, a focus on a return to safe standing, and a minimum away allocation of 8% capacity. Alongside these financial outlays though, there would also be huge changes to the league and its voting rights as a whole. The most news-grabbing headline is that the league would be reduced from 20 teams to just 18, with 4 clubs being relegated and just 2 promoted in the first season to make this happen. Once the league is 18 teams strong, the normal 3 teams promoted, 3 teams relegated would then be resumed. However, the manner of promotion would change. 18th and 17th would be automatically relegated, and 1st and 2nd in the Championship would be promoted as it is now. But the playoffs would alter massively, with the 16th place Premier League club involved in a mini tournament against the Championship's 3rd, 4th and 5th place teams. Not only that, but the document also includes the axing of the League Cup and the Community Shield, as well as reducing the overall professional league size in England from 92 to 90 clubs. Along with these changes is the most controversial of the lot, the abolition of the one club, one vote system in the Premier League, with special status given to the 9 longest serving clubs, which would be the Big Six plus Everton, West Ham and Southampton. Those 9 shareholders would then be given extra power. It currently takes a 14 club majority of the 20 sides in the league to pass any change. But with the new proposal, it would only require 6 of the special 9 to vote in favour of any future change to the league. This would mean the Big Six could vote on amending rules, regulations, contracts, removal of CEOs and a wide-ranging veto, including most crucially, any new club ownership. There are plenty of other changes included in the document too, including bringing FFP in line with UEFA, Championship, League 1 and League 2, wage caps, new loan rules, later Premier League start dates, a summer Premier League mini tournament and new rules on TV distribution. So those are the proposed alterations, but let's firstly look at the arguments for this change. Most clear of which is the EFL's desperate need for financial support as teams across the country face massive difficulties. This has led Rick Parry, the EFL chairman, to lend his unwavering support to the proposal. Alongside Parry, a number of English football chairmen such as David Bottomley, the Rochdale chairman, believe it may end up being a necessary step. In the Premier League, Manchester United's Joel Glazer and Liverpool's FSG are current that they will get the backing of the 7 other clubs proposed to be given special status. They claim that their aim is to eliminate the huge gap in earnings between the Premier League and the EFL clubs, whilst in return having a greater control of the decisions made by the Premier League. They also believe that the Champions League will be expanded in its size in 2024-2025 and want the Premier League clubs to be able to compete more fairly in the competition. Overall, the claims for this proposal all state that a change in the English football pyramid has been long overdue. Despite Parry's, Liverpool's and Manchester United's argument for change, the opposition though to this proposal has been incredibly fierce. Many fans online believe this is nothing more than a power grab by the Premier League's biggest clubs, who they claim are trading off financial support for EFL sides in return for that power. Most significantly, alongside that fan sentiment has been the opposition from the Premier League itself, who released a damning statement against Project Big Picture. They said that in the Premier League's view, a number of the individual proposals in the plan published today could have a damaging impact on the whole game, and we are disappointed to see Rick Parry, the chair of the EFL, has given his on-the-record support. The Premier League has been working in good faith with its clubs and the EFL to seek a resolution to the requirement for COVID-19 rescue funding. This work will continue. Not only are the majority of fans and the Premier League against it, but the government also are too, with Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport Oliver Dowden concerned that it could well be a power grab by the big teams. Along with the fans, the Premier League, the government, the FA will also reportedly say no, according to the Times. The Times claim that the FA will use their golden share, which was gifted to the Football Association by the Premier League upon its inception in 1992, and basically gives them a key vote on significant decisions to stop Project Big Picture. So there you can see the changes, the arguments for and the arguments against. There is an emergency meeting planned this week involving all of the Premier League teams to discuss it further. But we want to hear your thoughts on Project Big Picture. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and check out our other Football Daily Explains, like why Aubameyang signed a new contract at Arsenal.